Trust me. Let's just get that out of the way, yeah? Well, Cullen and Sharael can, but not you lot. If you've been listening this long, you already know I'm a professional exaggerator. With a tail. Welcome back to the Dark Razor Chronicles, Season 4, Episode 6, The Temple's Spine. Last time, that was a proper singe fest. Poison, traps, gods, and a cauldron that thought it was a volcano. Cullen almost got flambéed, Sharael got a divine makeover, and I, appropriately, got a proper smiting. And somewhere in the middle of all that, we fought off a small orc army, and Cullen managed to misplace the world's most dangerous letter opener. You know, the razor. Easy thing to lose, really. Black blade, runes, hums ominously, infuriatingly fits neatly under the sofa. Now the fire's out, the air's heavy with that, what's for dinner smell. And the tunnels ahead look about as friendly as a wet boot. Still, can't stop now. Too much smoke behind us, too many stairs above. There may be traps, maybe trouble, maybe pudding. Or if you're lucky, maybe a few heroic moments squeezed in. Cause you gotta know by now, I'm amazing! Just don't blink, or you'll miss the good parts. So grab a plate, get in line, and try not to breathe too deep. That yummy tummy smell you're getting has a lot of hair in it. Welcome back to the Dark Razor Chronicles Streamcast.
Sharael Maldine. Everything's a blur. Heat, pain, and voices echoing through stone. I remember falling, the world spinning, then Cullen's hands holding me, his voice trying to keep me anchored. After that, nothing but light and darkness trading places. When I woke, the pain was gone. I felt alive, whole, renewed. Cullen looked like he'd fought the whole of the inferno himself and barely crawled back out. DagGar was gone somewhere, probably chasing trouble. The air stank of smoke and char, and the hallway shimmered with heat haze. I don't know what happened while I slept. The bodies, 3 of them, blackened and still smoking. I suspected DagGar. He can cast lightning, why not fire? Cullen confirmed it, something I can't explain. Still, I'm stronger now. My wounds are gone. I'm grateful, though a small part of me wonders what was traded for my life. Cullen looks at me differently now, like he's afraid I'll break, but I'm done breaking.
Cullen Avon. I place the amulet in my palm, but something's wrong. 13 points still remain, yet the gem glows faintly, just like when I was a child, before Sharael awakened. No more waiting. I kneel beside her, gently shaking her shoulder. "Sharael," I whisper, repeating her name softly. She stirs, her eyes fluttering open. "Are you all right?" Her gaze drifts to the smoldering bodies, her face twists in disgust. The smell, though vile, almost reminds me of a midsummer feast, faintly tainted with burning hair and leather.
DagGar?
She's not asking about his well-being. She's asking if he did this. "I think so. Are you all right?" Though she looks better than ever. There's a glow about her, vibrant, refreshed. She stands, and despite the dread tightening in my gut, I can't help but notice how striking she looks. She takes a deep breath.
I'm good.
Offering a smile. I'm glad to see it, but inside I wince. The news I have to deliver will destroy that smile. Maybe destroy her. She inspects her clothes, pausing at her burnt leggings. The fabric's charred through, but the way she studies them makes me think she doesn't remember how it happened. I can't wait any longer. Sharael, the razor is gone. Her smile falters, disbelief hardening into anger. At first, she expects a joke. When none comes, her eyes narrow, the weight of it sinking in. It stings. I know it's my fault. The razor is my responsibility, no matter the odds. Her eyes drop to the amulet around my neck before she starts tugging at her own chain. My mind races back to the fight, the enemy count. I'd accounted for them all. Yet someone had bested me. The lapping water, the soft splashes, the orcs hadn't made those sounds. Leaving her fiddling with the amulet, I head back to the water. I step closer, studying it. Its surface is a calm, perfect mirror, but wet footprints lead up the stairs, more than one set. When I return, Sharael has her amulet in her palm, staring at it, her anger softening.
The call is still active,
Frustration bleeds through her voice.
but the razor's no longer in Sansa.
She flings her head back, stamping her foot.
Oh, Corbin, why? Why won't you help me?
Shh, shh, shh. I hush her, glancing around. We could still be discovered.
How could you let this happen?
Exasperation boils over. I can't blame her, but her whining, though understandable, sparks a flicker of anger in me. I step away, biting my tongue, and raise the light on my belt buckle. The charred orcs lie sprawled in the hallway. Blood smeared across the stone, footprints trailing through it. In the shadows of the intersection, I spot another body.
Just 4?
I shake my head. 6, but I fought 3.
And you escaped without injury. How's that possible? The razor wouldn't have left you willingly unless you were defeated.
I was defeated, struck in the head.
That's right!
DagGar's voice rings out from the intersection, startling both of us.
Cracked your noggin! I started healing you, but you're a fast healer. Really fast. Gave me lots more time to explore.
Her razor is gone. Did you see who took it?
The razor? Nope.
I think it was a dwarf that got me, recalling the curse I heard before blacking out. Can you confirm that much?
A dwarf?
Nope. Don't believe in him.
DagGar shakes his head. Damn it.
What makes you think it was a dwarf?
The curse I heard. Farg, I think.
Farg! Good one.
It does sound like a dwarvish curse. But you didn't see him.
No. I turn away, frustrated. To my surprise, Sharael steps forward, resting a hand on my shoulder.
It's all right. We have the amulets. I doubt a dwarf or anything else would have gone anywhere but the garden. And I know the razor isn't in Sansa anymore.
I want to look at her, but I don't. Do we even know how he escaped?
No. But maybe the same way we plan to.
Nuh-uh.
No?
Nuh-uh.
You know how he left?
Nope. Just where?
DagGar grins wide. What do you mean, where?
I can show you. Been sniffing around. Followed a trail of scent. Or stink, really. Never smelled a dwarf before. Thought they were just stories. Stout men with long beards? Pah! All made up if you ask me.
Take us then. I'm ready.
Well, I'm not. I pat myself down again. The pistol crossbow still secure at my side, my money pouch tucked beneath my chest plate. Odd. I wasn't robbed of anything but the razor. I'm going to need a sword, I mutter, heading back to where I woke. The orc bodies lie as I left them, their weapons nearby. All-wheeled bastard swords, too heavy and cumbersome for me. Frustration bubbles up as I let out a huff. Then I spot it. A different sword, resting against the wall in its scabbard. I remember shoving it aside when I woke. Picking it up, I study it. Too short for a broadsword, with a crossguard shaped like the Constantine cross, unlike the basket hilt most broadswords have. It's heavy, made for a strong man, or maybe a dwarf. Had the dwarf left it for me? He must have. It was under my hand when I woke. But why? Honor? Puzzled, I carry it back to the others. Sharael's unpacking the soaked packs. When she sees me, her face lights up, then falls, disappointment plain. She thought just for a moment that I'd found the razor. I clip the found sword to my belt. I found this near where I fell.
An orc would have a broadsword.
She's caught on. It wasn't an orc's weapon. Another reminder that despite all she knows, her experience is still that of a spectator more than a participant. It's almost like whoever stole the razor left this for me. Maybe he didn't want me waking up unarmed.
Or he just discarded it. No need to carry two swords.
Maybe. But it was placed under my hand, right beside me, close to the wall. I shrug. That's neither here nor there. Is anything missing?
Nothing that I can tell.
Her calmness is oddly reassuring. She doesn't seem too worried about finding the razor. Maybe it's her confidence that it's already made its way to the garden and that we can track it. But I'm not sure. I want to ask, to talk to her. But now's not the time. Not with DagGar in one of his moods. His grin stretches ear to ear, which makes me more than a little nervous. Do you know how to get to the roof, DagGar?
Not exactly.
He's still grinning.
But if we figure out what the dwarf did, we might not need to.
Oh?
You'll have to see it to understand.
Not like him. He's usually more forthcoming. Do we have to go through water again?
Nope. Found a way past the cauldron room. From there, it's pretty smooth sailing.
Smooth sailing?
Yep. Not a soul in sight. Not where we're headed.
We finish unpacking quickly and quietly, spreading out what's left of our camping gear, wringing the soaked packs between us. Even after squeezing them dry, the bedrolls are too heavy with dampness. We decide to leave them behind. Sharael changes into her spare leggings, the one she's wearing now still burnt along the legs. Most of our spare clothes were wrapped in an oilcloth sack and managed to stay mostly dry. I cut up a few shirts into strips, making makeshift bandages. The thin fabric is dry enough, so I roll them and set them aside to pack on top. With our gear lighter and more manageable, we repack and head out. DagGar leads the way, bounding toward the cauldron room. I hesitate at the doorway. I thought you said you found a way past.
Nope. A way through, not around.
DagGar grins mischievously. My hopes sink as I look into the room. It's been reset, the cauldron catching single drops of oil, each flare lighting up the room for about 30 counts. Of course, it's still a trap. I sense Sharael backing away. Glancing over my shoulder, I see fear creeping across her face. She wasn't fully conscious last time, but she remembers enough. Don't worry, I say softly. We know what to expect this time.
Do you want me to tell you how to cross?
His grin widens. One at a time, I say, cutting him off.
That's right. This trap's meant to catch groups. If you cross without your pack, open the door.
Then I can toss the packs across, or carry them, as long as only one of us crosses at a time. I nod as the last flare leaps from the cauldron. Testing the plan, I toss my pack down the hallway, but it barely clears half the distance. Not accurate or far enough. The rope, it saved us twice already. I hand one end to Sharael and hold on to the other.
What happened here?
I meet her wide-eyed stare. You don't remember?
No, just pain. Terrible pain.
I debate whether to tell her, but she's not budging. The floor, it collapses. Then the oil catches fire and spreads. She shakes her head, stepping back.
I remember.
I nod and say no more. Then I step cautiously into the room. Did the floor just move? My heart pounds, but no. The floor's solid. Just my nerves. I'm already several meters in, the rope trailing behind. A flare leaps from the cauldron, nearly reaching the ceiling, lighting the room in violent bursts. I keep my focus ahead, inching toward the door. I want to press my ear to it, but the flares are too loud. I peek through the keyhole. Blackness. The deadbolt is no longer engaged, and I wonder how the orcs got in to reset. I fiddle with it and realize it rotates, very stiffly, but it does. Slowly I pull the door open, careful to make as little noise as possible. The hallway beyond is dark and empty, illuminated faintly by the flaring cauldron. More light, then less, then more again. I stand still, listening, watching. After a long moment, I step forward, and now I've reached the end of the rope. I leave it where it is on the floor and turn into the dark hallway. A face drops from the ceiling. "Shit!" I yell, staggering back, falling into the cauldron room. A rubbery, gremlin-like face dangles from inside the doorway. DagGar hangs upside down from the door jamb, his nose nearly poking my eye.
Kinda gives you the creeps, doesn't it?
I slap a hand over my mouth, cursing silently, ears straining for any sign of discovery as I get back to my feet. I glance back at Sharael, who seems to have no idea what happened. "I'm fine." She nods.
I'm sure we're fine.
Nerves flutter in my gut as I push on down the hallway, the amber glow from the cauldron fading behind me. My belt buckle casts a faint white light, guiding my steps. About a dozen meters in, I find another door. I douse the buckle light and press my ear against the wood. DagGar sits on my boot, his tail flicking. I listen. Nothing. I kick him off, dropping to the floor, peering beneath the door. But there's no light on the other side. This is far enough. I turn the belt buckle back on, just a faint glow. "We'll go back for Sharael now," I whisper, leading the way. She's waiting on the far side of the cauldron room, her eyes fixed on the trap as another flare dies down. "Wait here." I don't wait for DagGar's reply. I pick up my end of the rope and cross carefully, each step measured. Sharael stands pale, her fear palpable.
What did you find?
"Another door." She nods. Another flare lights the room. "Come on, you weigh less than I do. Cross first. Once you get to the other side, you'll have to drag the pack across."
Why can't I carry it? Is the floor that sensitive?
"I think so. I don't want to risk it."
All right.
She steps forward, slow and deliberate, the rope sliding through my fingers. Halfway across, her pace quickens, stopping a meter from the door. I glance at the pack. It's tied securely, but I can't give her more slack. "You'll have to drag it." She hesitates but nods. The pack slides out on the floor and I feel it. A tremor, subtle but unmistakable. Sharael's alarmed gaze meets mine. The floor's about to give. Sharael steps into safety, pulling the pack across, the rhythmic scrape of fabric on stone echoing through the room. Another flare shoots from the cauldron, casting long shadows as my heart pounds. Will the next crossing trigger the trap? Will the floor give way? She unhooks the pack and tosses the rope back into the room. It's a good throw, landing near my feet. Sharael's already walking toward me as I bend to tie the next pack. When she reaches me, I see it, the fear, raw and sharp, in the way her fingers tremble.
I felt it. The floor shook when I pulled the pack across.
Just a small tremor. It was worse before when we were lying on the floor. I think we'll be fine. I tie the rope to my pack, heavier than hers, and hesitate. Sharael's already started back across. When you get to the other side, toss the loose end back in. Don't risk crossing again.
Got it.
The rope tightens as she nearly reaches the far side. I feel the weight of my pack. Too heavy. Without thinking, I start undoing the spare blanket strapped to the top. Sharael watches with unease as she still stands in the open floor of the room. I toss the blanket aside. I nod to myself and let the pack slide into the room. Sharael stumbles as she reaches the hallway. The tremor is stronger this time. I feel it too, a deep, unsettling jolt reverberating through the stone. But she recovers quickly and starts to pull the pack the rest of the way. The scraping echoes louder than before, each pull sending a spike of dread through me. Another flare ignites, larger, hotter it seems. My heart races. How many jolts can this trap take? Is there some kind of counter? A silent countdown before the floor gives way? Sharael hurls the rope's end back into the room. It lands short, coiled loosely midway. Good enough. The flare recedes. Suddenly the urge to run grips me. I bolt from the hallway into the room, scooping up the rope mid-stride. 3 hard steps, then I dive for the doorway. I hit the stone floor hard, the breath knocked from my lungs, rope fumbled from my grip. I'm still lying 2/3 in the room, my body aching from the impact. I crawl forward, over the threshold, and onto my back, gasping for air.
Nice one!
His high-pitched voice echoes off the stone walls. I thought the floor was going to collapse. Sharael squats beside me, her brow furrowed with concern. Her hand rests gently on my arm.
Are you all right?
I nod, pushing through the pain as I sit up, wincing at the sharp ache in my ribs. She steps back, giving me space as I climb to my feet, a strange sense of normality returning. I should feel worse. My body throbs with pain, but not as much as it should. I feel good. Too good. The thought lingers, unsettling as I survey the hallway. The flare behind me dies, plunging the corridor into deep shadows. I glance at the glyphic carvings on the walls, intricate designs now marred by orcish vandalism. The symbols, once intriguing and mysterious, are gouged and defaced. Why do the orcs destroy the glyphs? The question burns in my mind, an itch I can't scratch. I shift the new sword at my side and glance at Sharael. Her concern lingers in her eyes, but she's already coiled the rope and packed it under the flap on her pack. She hoists her backpack. I sling mine over my shoulder with a damp squelch. DagGar bounds down the hallway ahead, his movements like a large brown squirrel darting between trees, tail flicking with excitement. I adjust my pack, turning to Sharael. She waits, her eyes still locked on mine, searching.
Are you sure you're all right?
I pause. I drifted off, didn't I?
You were just staring down the hallway. I called your name, but you didn't respond. For a moment, I thought you saw something, but there was nothing. Just that insane rat hopping away.
I glance after DagGar, now out of sight. Had I really blanked out? She's right. I'd been somewhere else. But where? I try to shake it off, but something nags at me. A faint anxiety, deep in my gut, masked by this false sense of well-being. What had I been thinking about? The temple? The woman from my dream? Yes, that was it. But why now? I'm fine. I force a small smile. Her face softens, the worry lifts, replaced by that innocence I sometimes catch in her. A kind of purity, untouched despite all we've been through. She turns to follow DagGar, and I take a moment to just watch her. The way her hair falls over her shoulders, the curve of her cheek, the glimmer in her eyes. I feel an ache, deeper than longing, something raw and primal. My thoughts darken, flashes of the temple woman, of Sandra's erotic assault, images mixing with the sight of Sharael before me. Desire burns through me, mingled with fear, confusion, and guilt. I shake my head, my face heating. I can't let her see me like this. I force my legs into motion, catching up and taking the lead, boots echoing on the stone as I try to outpace my own thoughts. A dozen meters down, I reach a door where DagGar waits, tail twitching, grin wide. His excitement is palpable, a manic gleam in his eyes that sets me on edge.
You're looking a little crazy there, DagGar.
A little?
He points to his head with both paws, the ridiculous searcher hat perched on top, its long nose sticking up like some deranged beacon.
It's practically a madhouse in here!
I can't help but smirk. I've grown used to his human-like gestures, the pointing, the grins, the shrugs. It's strange, but it's DagGar. I focus on the door, rough wood splintered beneath my fingers. It isn't fully closed. In fact, it's open just a finger's width, the darkness beyond calling to me like a siren song. It wasn't open before, was it? Through the crack, I see only darkness. That's bad. If someone's out there, they'd already know we're here. My light would have given us away. Did you do this? DagGar nods, still grinning. I hold out my hand, silently asking, "What in the hells were you thinking? Why didn't you warn me?" DagGar just waves a paw dismissively, as if telling me to calm down, have a prig berry, and adds a playful pfft.
I've been all through here. You were out for 6 hours after your fight. How else was I gonna stir up some fun?
6 hours.
We were unconscious for 6 hours? The thought hits like a punch to the gut. DagGar shrugs, still grinning as if it's no big deal.
All right, DagGar. Get on with it, you twit.
DagGar nods, unfazed, and pushes the door open with his face. The stretchy flesh of the searcher hat strains as he squeezes through.
How does he tell time?
Her confusion shifts to a smile. I think she's just playing. The door squeals on its hinges. I flinch at the noise but push it wider, revealing a hallway stretching left and right into darkness. I have no idea which way is north anymore. These endless corridors have twisted my sense of direction. DagGar hops left, tail flicking, his paws patting lightly on the stone. He passes the first turn, then the second, the third, without pause, heading straight for a staircase that descends into shadows. I almost groan. "You said no more water." But as I peer down the steps, I realize there's no water below.
And that's not all. Wait until you see what's down here.
I raise an eyebrow, curiosity getting the better of me. I let out a long, heavy breath, the air whistling through my teeth. The little creature can be trying. His flippant attitude wears thin in the face of the dangers we're in. How can he take life and death so lightly? But DagGar doesn't wait for an argument. He starts down the stairs with his usual ungainly gait. Sharael's face twists with worry, her expression saying exactly what I'm thinking. Should we really be following this lunatic? But we both know the truth. This lunatic has killed enemies with magic, saved Sharael from death by poison, and healed wounds that should have been fatal. I try to appear calm, maybe even amused, and shrug.
Into the gobber's den?
On a headlong, uncontrollable slide.
I heard that!
I lead the way, my belt light casting a faint glow ahead. The stairs are damp in places, the stone slick underfoot. But there's no sign of flooding, just a constant, creeping moisture seeping from the walls. The descent is long and steep, farther than anything we've seen before. There are 10 known levels where I come from, but this staircase threatens to swallow that distance in one go, a dizzying plunge into the earth's bowels. When we finally reach the bottom, it feels like we've descended 6 or 7 levels. The change is immediate and jarring. We step into a world completely unlike the one above. The hallway here is unmarred by orcish vandalism or glyphs. The stone is gone, replaced by smooth, cream-colored walls that curve seamlessly from floor to ceiling. Everything feels sterile, like a place of healing. No dust, no debris, just perfect, untouched stillness. I wonder if the orcs revere this place, fear it, or simply ignore it, leaving it unspoiled. DagGar is already bounding ahead, his searcher hat bobbing comically with each hop. I take a cautious step forward, and my boot sinks slightly. The floor isn't stone, it's soft, almost like carpet, but so fine it mimics the look of polished stone. A strange illusion that throws me off balance for a moment. And the light, subtle but present. It seems to radiate from the walls themselves, bathing everything in a soft, even glow. My belt buckle is still lit, but it's hardly necessary here. There's no need to say it aloud. I know what I'm seeing. The stories I grew up with, the legends of the ancients. This is it. And judging by the wonder on Sharael's face, she knows it too. We follow DagGar through the maze-like hallways. Left turn, another left. 2 more turns. I lose count. Each corridor is identical. Smooth walls, glowing faintly. with no markings, no doors, nothing to guide us. A labyrinth. A thought creeps into my mind. Is he lost? It wouldn't be the first time. But just as the doubt takes root, DagGar stops. We're in the middle of a hallway, facing a blank wall. I step forward, my fingers tracing the wall. It's flawless, except there, a hairline seam, barely visible in the soft light. So, he's not lost after all. I press my hand against it, feeling the faintest indentation. The knowledge comes unbidden, like a memory from long ago. It's a pressure door. I push gently. There's a soft click, the mechanism shifting beneath my palm. When I release the pressure, the panel rebounds slightly, but not enough to grab. Remembering, I recognize this. Same as the cabinet my mother had. A trick of pressure and timing. I push again, harder this time, and let go quickly. The panel pops open a hand's width, revealing an edge I can grip. I slide my fingers into the groove and pull. The door swings open effortlessly, soundless and smooth, perfectly balanced despite its age. The craftsmanship is incredible, ancient made without a doubt. I open my belt buckle fully, the thick light pouring into the space beyond. A study. The room feels untouched by time, dust-free, pristine, like someone stepped out moments ago. A desk sits to the right, scattered with books and scrolls, their spines marked in symbols I can't read. 2 large chairs face each other across a low table, and a second door waits on the opposite wall, promising more secrets. The floor beneath my boots feels like the hallway, soft but thicker here, almost like moss, squishing slightly with each step. But my attention is drawn elsewhere. A mirror. Full length, frameless, standing next to the second door. It's perfect. Too perfect. The surface reflects with absolute clarity, not a single flaw or distortion. It looks less like a reflection and more like a window into another world. I approach it, unable to resist. I've seen mirrors of polished silver, of glass backed with metal. But this is something else. My reflection so real it feels like I could reach through the surface and touch myself on the other side. I place my hand against it. Warm. A faint tingle runs up my arm, a subtle energy that lingers beneath the surface.
Come on!
DagGar's voice cuts through my reverie. I pull my hand away, my mind still spinning. I glance back at Sharael. She stands a few steps behind me, but she won't meet her reflection. It's as if she's avoiding it, like there's something there she doesn't want to see. I don't ask. Not now. How did you find this place?
Followed my nose.
He points proudly at the long, rubbery nose of the searcher hat perched on his head. I raise an eyebrow. He pauses, then quickly shifts his paw, pointing to his own pink, twitching nose.
This one. Little paw here, little paw there, here a paw, there a paw, everywhere a pawpaw. Don't run off just yet. You made it all the way to the end of the episode, which means you officially owe me, let's say 5 shiny stars and 1 slightly suspicious review title like, "This podcast made my cat talk back." Go on, leave it. I'll wait. Done? Good. Now share it. Send it to your friends, your enemies, your weird uncle who collects spoons. I don't judge. Enemies actually make the best listeners. They stay quiet, plotting, which is all I ever ask for. Whoops! If you want to poke around my lair, it's over at mikecarmel.ca. That's M as in mischievous, that's me. I as in itchy, that's Sharael. K as in kraken, cuz. E as in especially cute. C as in clever. A as in adventurous. R as in reckless, M as in magnificent, E as in egotistical, L as in legendary. Funny, I think all those were about me. .ca. Almost forgot that part. Got it? Good. And if you really, truly like what you're hearing, like, I give up my last prickberry levels of like, head over to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/c/Dark Razor Chronicles. That's where the extra goodies live. Early releases, behind-the-scenes mayhem, and possibly me trying to eat a microphone. Till next time, adventurers, keep your tails dry, your swords sharp, and your snacks hidden. Especially the snacks. You never know when I might drop in for a nibble. Now go on! Click that next episode before I start narrating from the privy. You think my storytelling stinks now? Just wait!